Aloha. This is the last day of the school year, and I'm on today to commemorate the end with a new song. Well, it's not totally new because I've been playing it for a little while, but it's never been played live before. This song's called Has Been. So hopefully it turns out just right, and then I can talk more afterwards. Okay, Has Been. And every time that I awake, I feel like such a has been. There's just so much water on the bridge. I feel if I cross, I could sink in. And every time that I look around, I feel like such a has been. So much has been achieved, and yet I know another layer is bound to make it seem pretend. You can go ahead and tell yourself this, even as you lay down new roots. So no one has found your garden. It's still there if you'll just choose to believe again. You're not a has-been. A has-been fear of this eventually has to end. Once a case of admiration darts around the band and convinces me to finally save myself by choosing down the reason why they treated me so well. I transcend again and again, but treat myself like a has-been. And everywhere that I come and go, I feel like such a has-been. I've made myself at home all around the world, and yet now it's like I've always been going nowhere. And every time I stop on something, I feel like such a has-been. So many great things have been heard and said, yet where were they of any value? Out of my head. You can go ahead and tell yourself this, even as you lay down new roots. So no one has found a garden. It's still there if you'll just choose to believe again. You're not a has-been. Has-been fear of this eventually has to end. Once a case of admiration darts around the band and convinces me to finally save myself by chasing down the reason of why they treated me so well. I transcend again and again, but treat myself like a has-been. Okay. Mahalo nui loa. Thank you very much for listening to my song. I hope you liked it. I feel pretty good about it, and yet at the same time, it's always so hard for me to be satisfied with what I do. It's no coincidence that that song is about that, and how no matter how much I might accomplish, I always treat myself like a has-been, and always wonder how I could have made something better. Always wonder about the value of something I've done, no matter how good it might have been. And this is a common theme of my work, as anyone who has listened to my songs and seen my work knows. So yeah, I totally understand why others are gone, have left the school, but I couldn't leave without fulfilling this mission. For me, the timing of this seems just right, and that it really kind of touches upon my feelings as a teacher. Later in the year, it seemed like the energy level really sank, and this made me feel so much self-doubt, made me feel so much doubt about my value, no matter how much I might have accomplished with a lot of people throughout the year, and how many good memories I might have made throughout the year. It's at the end of the year, it kind of seemed like it all was just pretend, and that's one reason why I felt like this is just the right time to record this. Another reason is that throughout the year, there was so much focus on my job that I felt like my own soul, my own creative identity was thrust into the background. I produced a few paintings and a few poems, some sketches, a few songs throughout the year, and yet because there was so much focus on giving to others in my job, I felt like my own soul is kind of in has-been mode. So this gives me a sense of closure on the year, and hopefully will be an impetus for a lot of creative output throughout the summer. All right. Well, mahalo nui loa. Thank you for listening to my song again, and I hope you liked it. I used to tell what the chords of my song were, and I really suspect that people aren't listening to this part, but for myself, I'm going to make note of this before I go. I was playing a CG, and then a D minor, and then an E minor, and then I play an F. So that's how the regular verses are being done. Another part of the song has a B chord. You can go ahead and tell yourself this, and then I believe this is G minor, 3rd fret, 3 across, 1 down. Sometimes I'm a little bit hazy on what the chords are called, even though I know their sound and will opt for them. And then an E, found your God, and somehow this, no one has found your garden. And then I'm going back to F. It's still there if you'll just choose. And here's another chord that I often go to. I think it's on the 5th fret, and there's another one I'm not totally sure about the name of. It's like in a fork formation on the first and second. So yeah, some of them are common chords and others not as much, but I feel like they work well together. And then for what I meant to be the bridge, I was playing a D, and I believe this is, well, again, this is some kind of A minor. Has been fear of this, eventually has to end. This is it right here. Hopefully I still remember how to play this later. Admittedly, some of these I've gotten accustomed to playing and then have forgotten little bits and pieces of. And this is one of the difficult aspects of my personality, is that sometimes I'm so spontaneous that I can't remember the right decisions I made in the past later. Anyway, all right. Imlama pono. You take care. Mahal nui loa. Thank you very much.